excitement is starting to build here at the Hungaroring as the lights are about to go green for today's qualifying session. We expect some cars out on track any moment now. I've got a feeling that Lewis Hamilton might dominate this weekend, especially considering his incredible track record round here.
He really loves this track, doesn't he? He's a four-time winner here, so if he can get on the front row of the grid, I think he has a wonderful chance to make it 5.
What is up, guys? JayFerGaming here. Welcome back to F1 2015 career mode as Pastor Maldonado. We're in Hungary and we all know what happened in Hungary in real life to Pastor Maldonado. 3 penalties. Oh, what a great race it was for him. So we'll be trying to rectify that and have a much better weekend. And well, at the moment in qualifying it's not going too well. I'm 14th. I've put 2 laps in so far. And I'm slower than Stevens. That shows how bad it is at the moment. But we are going quicker on my final lap of the session. And I just didn't have a rhythm around this track. I did put in quite a bit of practice as well. I just couldn't get my act together. Not sure if it's the setup on myself or a combination of both. But coming to the line for my best lap.
What a session it's been for Mercedes today. They've locked the front row of the grid for tomorrow's race.
Well, both these drivers have been working hard with the team to ensure they get maximum performance out of the car, and it looks like they've found the right combination, at least in qualifying trim. Now, we need to see how they get on in the race.
So we ended up 12th, which wasn't too bad in the end, but there were a couple of disqualifications. Raikkonen for illegal blocking. He did block me in qualifying, so I don't know if it's for that, but blocking the pit lane from Sainz, that just sounds totally messed up. But 12th place, could have been 14th, but I'll take that. We'll see what we can do in the race.
Welcome to the twisting corners of the Hungaroring, a popular track which has crowned 2 world champions in its history. It's time for the Hungarian Grand Prix. If you want to send your rivals a message, then really there's no better way than to breeze qualifying, take pole position, and then claim you didn't have to push all that hard in doing so. Talk about being full of confidence.
There are a lot of variables that can cause a driver to be happy with the car one day to struggling with it the next. Track temperature, excessive tyre wear, or a change of fuel load can all affect the feel of a car. He'll definitely be hoping that when the race gets underway, he's got the same balance as he enjoyed in qualifying.
It's been a really disappointing season so far for Red Bull. They aren't getting the points that they believe the car is worthy of.
After such a successful run, things certainly aren't going so well now. However, facing a bit of adversity often brings out the best in a team of people that are used to winning. It will be interesting to see if Red Bull can respond.
So here we are on the grid, and I'm thinking of doing something different here. I'm outside the top 10 for one of the first times this season. I can't remember the last time I was for qualifying, so I'm thinking prime tyres. Start on primes, get the stint out the way as we're going to be in the pack, and then go for options all the way to the end. Yeah, that seems like the way to go. Hopefully our pace will increase in the second half of the race. It can't get any worse than it's going to be in the first stint. But here we are, the lights are building. 12th place, we've got to get some points from here, and away we go. We've got that's a very bad start. Cars are going to be streaming past us. Oh my god, Alonso's pass. Perez is absolutely flying past, buttons all over us. But we're going to have to try and make up some positions after that shocking start. Up the inside, it's very tight though. We were so slow. And there's a car out. I'm sure Perez spun it there. We'll have to see what happened in a replay. But we're still in 12th. There's a bit of a gap. We are pretty slow. The understeer was majorly real right now. So slow, not much grip. Just have to get into some rhythm. Get the tyres up to temperature and try and stay with the cars ahead. It's going to be very tricky as long as the gap isn't too big after the first stint. I think we could be okay and hopefully getting some points. So we're not too far behind the Saubers. Ericsson, I'm sure, qualified around 7th. He had a great session. And yeah, things started to settle down. So let's see what happened in the start. I'm sure we were 3 wide, yes. Me, Perez, and there's a car on the outside. I think it's a McLaren. And then you just see Perez spin out. Let's see from his point of view. Here I come. We squeeze him together. He kind of gets in the middle of a sandwich. Let's see it from Alonso's point of view. Because I don't think I actually made contact with Perez there. I'm not completely sure. And yeah, Alonso gets oversteer. And I think clips the back of Perez. But Raikkonen also had an incident. Look at that. He started right at the back. And I'm slowing it down here. He turns into the manor. I don't know which one it is, but what is Kimi doing there? His awful look continues, just like in real life as well. He's got a lot of work to do, but I kind of realised what my problem was with this setup, and you'll see here. Alonso in the McLaren Honda absolutely breezes past me. I have no straight line speed whatsoever, so I'm defenceless on that start-finish straight, and Button's on my inside, outside, being confused there, but two McLarens getting past me, got to get him back here, but no, I've misjudged it, totally misjudged it, hit the back of Button, he's stopping because we've stuck together, and wow, we've lost positions there. I'll get past Button, probably not the best move, but I was so slow at this point, I just got on with it really. Down to 15th, it's just poor driving for me. I just wasn't driving well this weekend, and I'm just waiting for them option stints. Hopefully things will improve as Button gets past me the next lap. This time it's a lot cleaner. Or is it? Let's have a look going down into turn 2. I'm not too far behind Button, but he should have the position. Do I go for a move up the inside? No, I don't. I just totally take in too much speed into that corner, and Button's gone. But we've got to stay as close as possible. We've lost quite a bit of time to the likes of Alonso and Sainz. But yeah, not a lot happened. I dropped back, obviously, on the prime tyres. But you can see on the mini-map there is a big group of cars ahead of us. And I think the front of that would be the point, if I'm not mistaken. So the gap, what's the gap? Maybe 7-8 seconds. It's not too bad. And I decided to go for a bit of a risky strategy call. We're going to go for 24 laps on the options, 2 stints of 12. Let's see how that goes. We need a good pit stop first of all. The guys seem to be very slow initially, even though it says 2.1. So we're going to come out 16th. Perez is still behind us after his spin, and so is Raikkonen after his, I don't know, brain fade on the first lap. Let's see what kind of pace we can put in on these option tyres. Obviously we've got to get them up to temperature, and we do. And that is Button coming out the pits. We could have got the undercut here. Are we going to go round the outside? He's on the options once again, but obviously doesn't have the temperature in the tyres. And there we go, round the outside. We've overtaken a car. Great move there. Let's hope we maintain our pace as we are in the dizzy heights of 15th. Get in there. But yeah, a couple of laps later, Jensen comes back at us, and I'm very worried about our pace. Oh, it's so bad. Button is flying past us. The setup. How can I make this mistake? I just didn't put a setup together. I picked my Australia setup for this track because I thought the Australia track was similar to this one. What a huge mistake that was. And that makes me think, how did I do so well in Australia? Because I finished 4th there. I finished 4th. That was my best race of the season, but oh well. So, we did actually catch up to a car. We caught up to Ericsson, and yeah, he goes into the pits as we were catching up. But you might be thinking, this has not been a good race so far. It's not been very exciting. Well, try driving it. It hadn't at all. But there is a lot of action coming up. Things might improve, I'll say that. So we're up to 11th after a number of cars are pitting to go onto the prime tyres. They have no stops to go. And there is Grosjean just ahead of me. He's having a pretty good race actually. He could have a great chance of getting some big points. Hopefully he does for the team. But on lap 23 here, with 12 laps to go, we are going into the pits for the final time hopefully, and it will be for another set of the option tyres. Is it going to be a good stop? 2.2, not too bad. As Raikkonen got ahead of us, he is actually attempting a very audacious strategy. He pitted on the same lap as us, which was lap 12? I think it was, and he's on the primes now, and he actually attempts to go on the primes for 23 laps. That is insane. You'll see what happens to him later on. Don't want to give out any spoilers there, but we did start to catch up to the cars on the primes. There's a big group of cars once again ahead, but look at Merry. What's he doing here? Blocking Button. He just goes on the grass, loses control, hits Button, and gives me an opportunity to overtake. So I've got to get Merry out the way because he's clearly mentally insane. But look at the grip I get here in the final corner against Button. Surely we're going to get the move done. No, we're not. Look at him pull away. I just can't believe I made such a big mistake. No wonder I was so slow in qualifying. I just thought I just didn't get the car connecting to the track. I just thought it was me, but I guess not. But as we are about to get lapped, yeah, the blue flags are there for Rosberg, who is leading this race. But Button and Sainz are pulling away. So obviously I can't overtake in the... Actually, Rosberg's having a lunge at us. Oh, that was so close. You saw it in the mirrors there. Rosberg was so close to making contact with us, but yeah, we are now up into 15th. I'm not sure what's happened to Button actually. I actually can't remember, but we're closing in on Sainz. He doesn't have DRS, we do. That shows the speed differential there. And now, well, Rosberg got ahead before. Hamilton is going on the lunge now to get past me because I really was slowing him down. I wasn't helping the front runners at all. I was blocking so badly. He mustn't get penalty for it. I don't know. The penalty system seems really flawed this year, even offline. It's pretty horrendous by the looks of things. I mean, I did a practice race. I skipped all of Sandy Road, first corner in Monaco. And I didn't even get a penalty, but oh well. Going for a move up the inside. This is where my opportunity is. Screw it, I was going up the inside no matter what. And we've gained a position. A clean, great move on the inside of Sainz. Up into 14th, and we're kind of close to points actually. Raikkonen's holding the other cars up nicely because his tyres at this point were 19 laps old. Round 2, up the inside of Alonso. Nicely done, but he is fighting back unlike Sainz. Great fight from the Spaniard there. Can I get it done around the outside? It's going to be very tricky. There's no grip there. And look behind us, we have a Ferrari. So that must be... It must be Vettel, of course, in 3rd place. Because his teammate is holding up everyone else ahead. So DRS, of course, the cars ahead will pull away. But I think Vettel's closing in. I don't know why I go defensive here. What was I thinking? I'm really not helping him whatsoever. Kvyat's got Raikkonen ahead. So hopefully he doesn't... go off into the distance. But yeah, this moment coming up was... It looks like I've just moved across on Vettel, but I really didn't mean to. I lost the back end, made contact and got very lucky indeed. But lap 33, we were closing on Raikkonen, whose tyres are absolutely shot. 20 laps, easy move up the inside. Surely he's not going to fight back on them. Just totally worn tyres. But we're 11th, so close to the points. Can we catch up to Kvyat in 10th? At all? No, we couldn't. Obviously we didn't have the straight line speed, but yeah, obviously we've been lapped as well, so one less lap on these tyres and it's going to be 11th place. I mean, it could have been a lot worse. It really could have with this setup, but it's been a disappointing weekend overall. I'd like to forget it and move on because Spa, next time out, one of my better tracks, and I'm looking for some big points there. It's going to be a good one for sure.
So a great drive today from Nico Rosberg, and I'm sure the Mercedes garage will be celebrating that win long into the night.
Yes, definitely. It was a brilliant race, and one that you can tell the fans really enjoyed.
That's it for today's Grand Prix, and from Ant and I, it's goodbye, and see you again next time.
How many cars got lapped? Wow! Only 6 cars on the lead lap, and Grosjean got 5th. What a fantastic job by Roman. When I'm just hanging out outside the top 10, he can get the points, so nice one. Rosberg took it from Hamilton, so Rosberg's closed in just before the summer break. So that should make the title challenge more interesting. And look at all them lap cars. Bottas didn't finish. Perez didn't recover from his spin at the start. And Raikkonen. He pitted on the first lap and then lap 12, I think. So he tried 23 laps on them tyres. So the gap at the top is 28 points. Rosberg's coming back slightly. Raikkonen obviously dropped down after his poor weekend. And we're still in 8th. Ricciardo's getting some points on us. But Grosjean's also catching up. So interesting battle there. We're doing alright in the Constructors. So if you enjoyed the race, please leave a like. Subscribe if you want to see more F1 2015 videos. Next time out is Spa. Going to be a fantastic race. And I'll see you then. Goodbye.